Welcome back to the Unresolved File. In our final installment of this season, we delve deeper into the haunting case of Eliza Finch, a vibrant artist whose promising life was tragically cut short in the seemingly tranquil town of Willow Creek almost 2 decades ago. Eliza was known for her infectious laugh and her captivating landscape paintings that often depicted the very forests that would eventually hold her darkest secret. Her disappearance, followed by the discovery of her body near Sterling Creek, shattered the idyllic facade of Willow Creek, leaving behind a wound that time has yet to heal. Today, we confront the raw, lingering questions that define Eliza's unresolved file, examining why her killer has never been brought to justice.
Picture it, a small community where everyone knew everyone, suddenly gripped by an unimaginable horror. Eliza, a beacon of light, extinguished in the quiet of the night. The initial shock gave way to a chilling realization. Evil had found a home in their peaceful haven. And with each passing year, the silence around her case grew heavier, a suffocating blanket woven with fear and unanswered pleas. We're not just revisiting a cold case, we're peeling back the layers of a life interrupted, a story yearning for its final, truthful chapter.
The crime scene, a secluded patch of woodland near the banks of Sterling Creek, offered frustratingly few immediate answers. Investigators worked meticulously, but the conditions were challenging. Eliza's body was discovered 2 days after her disappearance, partially concealed. Initial forensics revealed signs of a struggle and blunt force trauma, but crucial evidence, such as a definitive murder weapon or clear DNA that could be easily linked, proved elusive. The scene was meticulously processed, but the absence of a smoking gun piece of evidence allowed the case to become mired in ambiguity almost from the outset, setting a precedent for the decades of frustration that followed.
Imagine the weight on those officers, sifting through the earth, knowing the killer's shadow had been there. Every fallen leaf, every broken twig, a potential clue, yet none of them screamed out the truth. The lack of clear-cut evidence became its own kind of evidence, a meticulously planned act, or perhaps a fortunate escape for a perpetrator who understood how to vanish. It leaves us with a chilling realization. Sometimes, the most disturbing aspect of a crime scene isn't what's found, but what remains agonizingly, conspicuously absent.
In a town like Willow Creek, news travels fast, but suspicion travels faster. In the aftermath of Eliza's murder, the tight-knit community began to fray. Fingers were pointed, hushed conversations turned into outright accusations, and long-standing friendships dissolved under the intense pressure. Early theories ranged from a transient passing through town to a jilted lover, or even a local resident with a hidden, darker side. The police pursued numerous leads, interviewing countless individuals, but each path seemed to lead to a dead end, leaving the community not just grieving, but deeply unsettled and perpetually suspicious of one another.
The fabric of Willow Creek was irrevocably altered. The innocence was gone, replaced by a pervasive sense of unease. Who among them harbored such darkness? Was it the friendly face at the diner, or the quiet neighbor down the lane? Every unfamiliar car, every late-night shadow became a source of fear. The shared grief transmuted into shared paranoia, isolating residents even as they yearned for answers. It's a cruel irony. A crime designed to target one person ends up terrorizing an entire community, turning neighbors into wary strangers.
Before we continue our deep dive into Eliza Finch's case, we have a special announcement. Our team has been working on a companion project, a docuseries that will bring this story to visual life. Amara, would you like to give our listeners a preview?
Absolutely, Marcus. Listen closely, because some secrets refuse to stay buried.
What if the truth about Eliza Finch was buried deeper than the ground itself, beneath layers of silence and fear? A once serene town now held hostage by an unsolved crime, a family shattered by the deafening silence of unanswered prayers. For nearly 2 decades, the questions have lingered, festering like an open wound in the quiet, desperate heart of Willow Creek. This August, prepare to confront the shadows that still haunt this picturesque community. We'll journey down a lone, fog-shrouded road stretching into the unknown, peer over a detective's worn hands as they trace faded outlines on a forgotten corkboard, and look into the innocent, hopeful smile of a woman captured in a cherished, crumpled photograph. Willow Creek's Shadow, the Eliza Finch story, streaming August 15th exclusively on True Crime Plus.
An incredible preview. We urge all our listeners to mark their calendars. Now, back to our investigation into Eliza's legacy. Years have passed, but the core questions persist. Who had a motive strong enough to extinguish such a bright light? Why did the investigative trail grow cold so quickly? Was it a crime of passion, a random act of violence, or something far more calculated? Despite various task forces, public appeals, and even the application of new forensic technologies to old evidence, no definitive breakthrough has ever occurred. The file sits open, tantalizingly incomplete, leaving detectives to grapple with the ghosts of what might have been and what still could be uncovered with the right piece of information.
The frustration is palpable, isn't it? Every witness interviewed, every theory explored, yet the final piece of the puzzle remains hidden. It's a testament to the cunning of a killer, or perhaps the imperfections of a system designed to seek truth. The emotional burden on Eliza's family is immense. They live in a perpetual state of limbo, denied the closure that every victim's loved ones deserve. They don't just ask who did this, but why? A question that echoes through the empty spaces left by an unresolved injustice.
Eliza Finch's case remains a stark reminder of the limitations of justice and the enduring pain of a cold case. Her parents, now elderly, continue their quiet vigil, holding on to hope that one day their daughter's killer will be identified. The town of Willow Creek, though attempting to move on, carries a collective scar, a shared understanding that their peace was shattered by an unseen hand. The memory of Eliza, though faded in some minds, serves as a poignant symbol of innocence lost and justice deferred, a narrative woven into the very fabric of their community's history.
But silence doesn't erase a life, nor does it extinguish the flame of truth completely. Eliza Finch was more than a cold case. She was a daughter, a friend, an artist with dreams yet to be realized. Her story, though unresolved, continues to demand our attention, urging us to remember, to question, and to hope that even after all this time, a witness will finally speak, a conscience will break, and the shadows over Willow Creek will, at last, recede, revealing the long-awaited truth. The Unresolved File will return next season with another compelling investigation.